Today, I want to share with you your greatest weapon against poverty. A lot of us have the belief, as those who believe in God, that it's God that blesses our endeavors. However, I also want to mention to you that you need to cultivate a strategy against poverty. In the world, those that live within the poverty ratio are more than 735 million people across the world. And Nigeria, our home country, houses the largest number of these in the entire world. So why don't you come up with your own way of fighting against poverty for yourself and also for your family? According to the United Nations, anyone that spends less than $1.90 per day is said to be below the poverty ratio. And this is not just only for feeding, also for your transport, for everything you use, the worth of everything you use in a day, you must at least spend at least $1.90. So basically in Nigeria, it's getting close to about 1,500 naira, 400 naira thereabout. Most especially if you are using the conversion rate at the parallel market. What is your greatest weapon against poverty? Is it actually education? Yes, education can give you a bit of leverage over others if you've acquired at least a BSc, a BA, or even a master's degree, or if you like, a PhD. But your greatest investment against poverty is actually for you to stack skills. In a country that has been rated to have the second best education in the entire world, in Finland specifically, children do not start school until the age of 6 and 7. And before you are even accepted to even teach in Finland, you need to have a master's degree in education. And they only take their first class, some of the best or probably 2-1 students across their country. Why am I mentioning Finland? It's because in Finland, once you finish what equates to secondary school in Nigeria, it is not necessary for you to get a degree. All you need to go and do is for you to go and spend 2 years or 3 years in a professional school. If you want to be an IT professional, you go and study IT. If you want to be a robotics engineer, you go into a school that teaches that. If you want to go into public speaking, you go into a school that teaches public speaking. If you want to go into catering services, you go into a school that teaches catering services. If you want to go into fashion and design, you go into a school that does fashion and design. And why are we mentioning all these kind of skills? They are skills that ensures you against poverty. Here in Nigeria, we might not have those kind of schools. So what I'm saying specifically is, for me, for my own personal story, everywhere I've worked, all the work that I've gotten, nobody has ever asked me for my certificate before. I've never submitted, even places where I've submitted my CV, I never got a job. It has always been a referral. And if you see those who work on the basis of their competence, it is somebody seeing the light of their competence and trying to offer them a suitable job in one place or the other. So what are the kind of skills that you can get in the 21st century? Number one, you can get a skill in public speaking. The ability to influence people through the use of oration has been even likened by some writers to work like witchcraft. So today, you can also learn negotiation skills, bargaining skills, where you are able to bargain something from someone to someone else. And even we start learning negotiation when we write our persuasive essay in SSCE. You can also acquire knowledge in terms of data analysis. Why? Because we need to analyze data to be able to come up with information now. These are some of the skills you can learn. You can also acquire knowledge in artificial intelligence, because the future is definitely artificial intelligence. You can acquire knowledge in clean energy. A lot of NGOs are looking for people with knowledge in clean energy. You can acquire knowledge in how to run non-profits. Non-profits is what we mostly call in Nigeria as NGOs. If you acquire knowledge on how to run an NGO, a lot of NGOs are forming up. Why? Because of Sustainable Development Goals, the SDGs. They are set goals for every year, for every country. And many organizations in the world are coming up to see how they can solve problems in terms of problem of poverty, in terms of problem of lack of sufficient food, in terms of problem of the depletion of the ozone layer, climate change, etc. So if you are somebody who is good in how to run non-profit, you have a lot of people looking for a job for you. And for most of us, we've seen when we were in the university in Nigeria, a lot of our courses are non-professional courses. So when you come out, they tell you study history and human relations. They tell you can work in an embassy. The truth of the matter is, how many embassies do we have in Nigeria, and how many people are graduating from that same department in the entire country? And they just tell you you are going to get a job. You can have your degree in history and human interaction, or foreign interaction, or foreign relations, as you may choose to call it. However, you need to also stack skills even from your university. And if you are already a graduate, you need to spend time in acquiring some other skills. And one of the best ways to acquire some of these skills is for you to go online. My next episode will be about online platforms where you can stack skills, online platforms where you can learn, and why you should also learn online. So you can acquire these skills. How do you identify your skills? This is a $1 million question. How do I know I have a skill in so-so and so-so thing? I will just give like 2 to 3 points here, and later on in another episode, I will discuss it further. One way to identify the skill you have or the talent you have, and according to Mary Barry, the CEO of General Motors, she said, hard work beats talent when talent fails to work hard. So from today, try to identify your skill. What is that specific thing that people praise you of? That, you did so thing so well. And they don't praise other people for it. Even when you are in competition with other people, you come out triumphant. Why? Because you have a talent in that particular thing. Talent can take you a bit far, but what will take you to your destination is for you to solidify that your talent with hard work in terms of learning and also in terms of practice. And that was why what Mary Barry said is quite instructional. That hard work beats talent when talent fails to work hard. So you need to acquire skills. If it is negotiation skill you are going into, if it is public speaking skill you are going into, if it is artificial intelligence you are going into, if it is robotics you are going into, even if it is knowledge about running airlines, if it is about knowledge about running non-profits, we have lots of non-profit charity organizations, foundations coming up. So you need to stack these skills up. One of the other skills that you also need to stack up is the ability to research. And one of the best ways to research, I will just share just one of the best ways to research, is for you to make use of scholar.google.com. If there is a certain topic you want to research, you are a PhD student, you are researching for a particular presentation, just go to scholar.google.com. When you get to that particular site, you see the search icon. Type the topic you are about to search for, type your topic, then after put critique. When you put critique, you know what that does for you if you don't have time, is that it brings you the work. Before you can criticize something, you need to bring a lot of works of professionals on that particular field, then the critique to them will now start coming. You can't criticize something without stating those things first. So it allows you the avenue to have a condensed information on a particular subject. Why somebody is still searching for who were the people that commented on this, on that, you just put critique after, then you see the work of a lot of scholars on that, and you see the criticism that has also come. So with that, you will be able to have a 360-degree knowledge on that particular subject matter. A lot of us only have 180-degree knowledge maximum on some certain matter. If somebody comes to refute what we've just said, for us to be able to give a counter argument becomes very difficult. Why? Because we do not have a 360-degree knowledge on that specific matter. So from today, put in your mind, how many skills do I have? What have I identified to be my own talent? And once you identify your talent, you must nurture the meteoric of your talent into maturity as soon as you can. And the only way to do that is for you to keep on researching on that particular topic, on that particular talent, and practice as many times as possible. Some people, it might be video editing that is their talent. Some people, it might be handling cameras that is their talent. If it is handling cameras, you need to go on YouTube most of the time to learn about the latest cameras in the world and how to handle them. You need to be obsessed with your skill before you can actually take your skill before you can nurture your skill into maturity. Any skill you are not obsessed with, any skill you still spend time, most of your time outside, then that particular skill is not your skill, is not your talent. For those who are talented, if you go to somebody like Elon Musk, he's talented when it comes to creation of new energy, Tesla, everything like that. If you go to his office, he sleeps in his office most of the time. Why? Because he's obsessed with what he has. The innate ability he has, the capacity he has identified with himself, he's crazy about it. And for your talent, for you to be able to level up with national competition, international competitors, you need to be obsessed with it. So don't forget, your greatest weapon against poverty is for you to stack as many skills as possible. Thank you, till I see you next time.
Ramadan Mubarak.